Chicken eye. Back outside. Yeah, man, chicken crunch. I get one in a black
On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what one. A blessed and wonderful Sunday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, to the name Sunday, the day when some of the ones and ones traverse the church. So please remember On The Spot News Media's loyal viewers and subscribers in your immediate prayers. You definitely see how Jamaica run right now, so you know for sure. So we need that now more than ever. And of course, today, the official red rice and roaster day. Yeah, man, so to all of the ones and ones them in the kitchen, I deal with the finger licking chicken or whatsoever meat you're preparing. You don't know, my peeps. Go and stay safe. And to the regular members of Chan Public traversing the streets from the grill point to Moran point. As always, safe travel, pan the gravel. Continuously look out on the corner, yeah, because the old dirty corner boy them always out there. Alerts. Yeah, man. So now the morning, my peeps, we're going to talk about the long-standing war that has been going on from Wapikil Philip. It has developed from one thing into the other and then circle back again into another thing till it reach another. Yeah, man. This long-standing war in the general era of Sunlight Street, Gem Road, Lincoln Avenue, William Lane, the Zimbabwe community, parts of the St. Andrew South Police Division to include the Fitzgerald Avenue, and all these surrounding communities have been at loggerheads for years. As soon as one war kind of died down somewhat, different factions of the same gangs start a brand new war that continues to shed the blood of many, both the innocent, the not so innocent, and of course, the guilty. Yeah, man. So my thing is, when will this cycle of violence ever stop? Now, the most recent knockings and clappings took place on Saturday, which is yesterday. In the wee hours of the morning, sun up, out in all its glory, sometime about 9:50 a.m., right at 66 Maxfield Avenue in the Kingston 13 area. So that is basically right between Lincoln and Gem Road, right there, so where you have a little barber shop type of place, and then you have a little mechanic shop type of place right there. So now the deceased in better times is presently on your screen. He has since been identified by his birth name as Jashawn Wellington, but more popularly known in the streets as Digino. Now he's just 18 years of age, no reach nowhere yet, said to be an aspiring mechanic. Now it is said that the deceased was sitting in his mother's car, a 2015 white Toyota Probox, when two armed criminal elements walk up to him on foot and approached him and opened gunfire, hitting him in parts of his upper body and head. However, he was rushed to the Kingston Public Hospital in the said motorcar by citizens, where he was pronounced you know what. Now, this long-standing war has claimed the life of many, and now this young man lay lifeless on a block of ice in one of our morgues. And his parents, his mother especially, who was in full view of his brutal takedown, who had to run for her life because the criminal elements would have got her too. She is presently in mourning for the loss of her son. Well, this knockings and clappings, just like many, is attributed to the fact that he has family members who is heavily involved in criminal activity, the knockings and clappings we are going in the present communities, streets, lanes and areas aforementioned. Now, it is said that this young man is the quote-unquote good one in the family, the one where trying best not to get mixed up. Hence, he was the easy prey. So I do ask this now to the family members who are involved in criminal activities and their rivals came and take the life of their loved one. How do you feel today, knowing that it is because of you why this person presently on your screen, the one that many persons out there in John public would call the quote-unquote good one in the family, has lost his life? You are the reason why he's no longer among the land of the living. How do you feel in yourselves? How do you sleep at nights, knowing that because of your dirty kind of boy lifestyle, why your family member is no longer here? Now, I've done many vlogs in the past about those particular communities. I've done vlogs way back to the likes of the Bird Nation and Cuckoo War. I've done vlogs on the Bird Nation trying to take over the entire Kingston 13. I've done vlogs on Philippine, Jashawn Mackenzie, the one that controls the lower half of Sunlight Street. I've done vlogs on the criminal elements that control the upper section. I've done vlogs on the Zimbabwe community. I've done vlogs on Lincoln Avenue. I've done vlogs on William Lane. The amount of vlogs that I've covered on this particular space is more than what I can even remember. And to think that they are still at this present stage, it is really sad, because it seems as if as one gone, one born. Yeah, man. It's like a rat race in these communities for the young males to grow up and to become criminal elements. Now, on your screen is Jashawn Mackenzie. I'm going to give you a breakdown of how the whole dynamic of this warrior, of this garrison warrior set up. Now we have Jashawn Mackenzie, who is known as Philippine, the leader of the lower half of Sunlight Street. Now I want to know, Sunlight Street not really that big, either in terms of its length. It's not really that long. But yet Sunlight Street split in a two. One street split in a two. Can you imagine? Yeah, man. So the thing set. Now you have the Sunlight Street, the lower half of Sunlight Street, teaming up with the likes of William Lane. Now, William Lane, the strong man, or should I say the strong boy of William Lane, is the son of the reputed gang leader for one of the most notorious gangs along the Lincoln Avenue there, known as Cuckoo, whose birth name is Orlando Levert, one of the rivals of the Bird Nation gang. So in the beginning of it all, it was Cuckoo versus Bird Nation. Now the younger generation has rose to prominence and has continued to live that same dirty kind of boy lifestyle. So as I've always stated, so the father, so the son, Pupa was a kind boy, same so him come. And the irony of it all, is that Cuckoo was in a serious gun battle. His gang was in a serious gun battle with that of Bird Nation. Still continuing, but it's more on a down low type of thing now because Birdie had reigned supreme. So now Cuckoo's son is affectionately called Bird. What is the irony of that? His enemy, Birdie, and now his son is called Bird. Now, this is Cuckoo's son, presently on your screen. Now, he's the one that has teamed up with Shadane Mackenzie, otherwise known as Philippine from the lower half of Sunlight Street, to take on the likes of the upper section of Sunlight Street leading onto Maxfield Avenue, who is also teamed up with right across the street, which is Fitzgerald Avenue, which belongs to the St. Andrew South Police Division, Hunts Bay, that is. They have also teamed up with the likes of the Zimbabwe community in Arnett Gardens. So this minute, it is that. The next minute, it may be something else. Now one would ask, why is it that we up at William Lane team up with Shadane Mackenzie? Now there's a whole lot to the whole dynamics of things. And remember this old dirty kind of boy presently on your screen known as Jaja, who got taken out in a hail of bullets along with another man on a Sunday morning. Now, the taking out of this criminal element was done by the Sunlight Street gang, the lower half of Sunlight Street gang. And we all would have remembered the public outcry of his mother and sister, stating and refuting the claims that On The Spot News Media is lying on her child, and her child is wearing a halo and he has white wings attached to his back. He's a total saint, an angel, one who is worthy to be among our Heavenly Father. But of course, we know better, and we definitely know it was not so. Now, a mechanic lost his life in retaliation to the loss of life of Jaja. Now, that mechanic who lost his life along Lindus Road, an innocent person, by the way, was also related to Bird, the Dan boy of the William Lane gang. So hence the collaboration, the collaborative efforts of both criminal factions to join forces against a common enemy. So I want to see how the whole dynamics of the criminal underworld works and operates. Now on your screen is another criminal element. A real old dirty kind of boy, a real old knockis and clappis within his own right, who has since been identified as 22-year-old Nikai Waldron, but more popularly known in the criminal underworld as Bundag. Yeah man, said to be off Campbell's Boulevard in Kingston 11. But we know say that is just an address where him feel like forget the police them, cause probably him have a links around there. So now Bundag was charged a few weeks ago with the knockings and clappings that resulted in the loss of life of a man identified as 29-year-old Damian Cummins. said to be also of a Sunlight Street address. So he has been charged with that knockings and clappings and the loss of life of that man and conspiracy to the knockings and clappings, possession of a prohibited weapon and also unauthorized possession of ammunition. So reports from the Denham Town police that surrounds that particular knockings and clappings is that sometime around 1 p.m. on that particular day in question, citizens heard loud explosions coming from Sunlight Street. When the lawmen were summoned and upon their arrival they saw Cummins laying in a pool of red substance leaking from his body. The police stated that they transported the man to the KPH where he was pronounced you know what. So an investigation was launched and the criminal element known as Bundag was caught. So our next criminal element presently on your screen, also from the lower section of Sunlight Street, known as Tad J. Price, presently on your screen, said to be known in the streets as Trouble. Now, this criminal element here is definitely no stranger to you, the regular members of Chan Public, and most definitely not a stranger to the police, as he was recently released from behind bars after over a year-long stay. So this criminal element here is most definitely known for his ruthless criminal activities perpetrated among you, the regular members of Chan Public, in the Kingston 13 communities. Now, this criminal element is said to be one of the influential factor behind the knockings and clappings that took the life of the young man on Saturday morning. The youth that is seen just before the On The Spot News Media intro, having a good time, which he did not know, of course, would have been short-lived. And as I stated earlier, he has since been identified as Jashawn Wellington, but more popularly known in the street as Digino. So my peeps, these criminal elements in your area right now, you should be very mindful of them, because they are the ones, the same ones nobody knew, that is wreaking havoc among you, the regular members of Chan Public. Now we always have females behind them. There is always a whole Krasmite we add fuel to fire. And we are going to speak of one in particular. And this is most definitely a warning to you. And as the good book always say, always get a warning before the caning. Just remember the Jamaica that we know living, and them criminal elements here, not afraid to put can in your kin as a female. So yes, I'm speaking to you, Renee, from Sunlight Street. You know yourself, and your friend and company them know you too. This is a warning to cease and desist from enabling criminals to carry out their hits on their praise. So a word to the wise is always sufficient. So anyway, my peeps, and the Spot News Media will most definitely be keeping tabs on this ongoing gang war in the Sunlight Street and general surroundings, and update you in subsequent newscast. So remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.